Hello everyone, my name is Dakila. Welcome to this channel. Um, Today I just want to share with you something about hearing from God and listening from God. Okay, so most people don't really pay attention to God when He's speaking, and most of the times, God actually speaks to you through your dreams. Most of the times, a lot of people, God speaks to you through your dreams, and some people don't actually pay attention to their dreams. Other people just think they're dreaming, but most of the times, you will know that God has spoken to you when you wake up in the morning, and you just can forget about that dream that you had. So, and the Bible proves it to us that He speaks to us through dreams. In the book of Job 33 verse 16, the Bible is saying to us, then He opens the ears of men and seals their instruction. In the verse of 17, in order to turn man from his deed and conceal pride from man. So the Lord will wait for you to go to rest, for your body to rest, so that He actually speaks to you, He actually puts His word into you. Because at that time when you're sleeping, the voice of God is actually stronger and your spirit man is awake. When your body is asleep, your spirit man is stronger and sensitive. So God speaks to you at that time when your body is asleep and your spirit man is active. Because when your body is awake, you are doing a lot of things, you're moving up and down, you're talking to people, you're working, you're concentrating on those things and not hearing from God. So you wait for man when he's asleep and you conceal the pride of man. That is concealing the pride of man, which is all the things that keep you busy are out of the way, and all those things that cause you somehow to be in a state of pride because you're focusing on yourself, doing your own thing. He prevents you from all those things while you are asleep because that is the time you're resting. So, and the reason why he speaks to you most of the times in the dream is because you cannot hear him when there's noise. God does not speak while there is noise. God does not speak while there is noise. Of course, there are some cases where if he wants to do it, he will do it. But most of the time, where there is noise, you will not hear the voice of God. So all you have to do is pay attention to the times when you're silent. In silence, most of the times, God speaks to us. In silence, most of the times, God speaks to us. And so the first point here is God does not speak God is life. And the other point is you cannot hear God while you are in a panic attack or you're just panicking in your life. You know, when you're awake, you have things to worry about, you have things to panic about. You cannot hear God in that way. You can only hear God when you're silent and when you're still. And most of the time during the day, most human beings are not still. They're busy doing things, they're busy working, they're busy doing this and that. So God is actually shoved in the back by people and they continue doing their own thing. So yeah, that's that. And the other point is you cannot hear God while you are busy. Yeah, so I just talked about that. You cannot hear God while you're busy doing work, chores, you know, during the day there are a lot of things that are happening. You're receiving calls on your phone, you're receiving visitors, you know, it's just busy for you. You cannot hear God, especially if you're not connected to Him and if you don't pray in your heart all the time, you cannot hear Him. Most of the time, when you are silent and when you are asleep, that is the only time that you hear God. And the other point is you cannot hear God without your focus. So most of the time, we don't focus on God. We don't focus on God. We actually focus on the problems that we're having. We actually focus on the anxieties that we're having. We focus on the things that we actually do not, things that actually a distraction to us, things that distract us from God. That's what we focus on. So what we're supposed to do is focus on God, keep our eyes on God, keep our eyes on Jesus Christ. That is uh, the biggest thing that people miss every day, every time. You have to keep your eyes on God. You have to keep your heart has to be connected to His presence. You have to be praying. I know it's not easy to always pray in your heart, but make it a habit, and as time goes by, you're gonna as time goes by, you're gonna get adapted to that. You're gonna continue praying and communicating with God. And the other thing is, you can only hear God when you are still. Yeah, that's the opposite of not focusing, not keeping your eyes on God. But when you are still, that is when you hear God. That is when you listen to God. So you can only hear God when you are still, when you are actually still within you. Be still and know that I am God. That's what the Bible says. Be still and know that I am God. What does that mean? It doesn't mean, there's a deep meaning to that. You have to be still. Forget about your pain. Forget about your grief. Forget about your anxiety. Forget about, all the worries of the world. Do not worry about tomorrow. The Bible itself says, be still and know that I am God. Be still from your panic attacks. Be still from your anxiety. Be still from your depression. Be still from all the confusion in your head. Be still and know that He is God. Lean upon Him, okay? And and yeah, if you lean upon God and just keep your eyes on God. There's this time when I was going through a lot of things and my head was just like, going to break. There was a lot of things that were going on, and I was just thinking about a lot of things. I couldn't be still, and so I went to pray, and when I went to sleep, God actually spoke to me in the dream before I fell into deep sleep. Just when I was about to sleep, He said to me that, um, keep your eyes on me. That's what He told me, because I was thinking about, what am I going to do about this? How am I going to get out of this? What am I going to do about this and that? And when I went to sleep that day after praying, He said, keep your eyes on me. He didn't I didn't get an answer, an answer I expected. I was expecting something like how to solve this problem, how to do this, how to get out of this, how to do this and that. But He just said, be keep your eyes on me. That's what He said. And He went silent. And that was it. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing. Just that. He just said, keep your eyes on me. And I'm telling you, that day, I don't worry about anything. I don't worry about anything. I don't sit on something for a long time and keep thinking about it. I don't, because I just when I when I realize, or when I find out that I'm actually focusing on something and I'm actually keeping my mind on something that is confusing me, I just go back to that word that God gave me. I just go back to it, and the voice is so clear in my head up to this day. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. He knows what He's doing in your life. You don't have to be panicking. Just keep your eyes on God. Keep your eyes on Him. You don't need to also pray and fast to hear this. You can you can actually learn it from me. If you don't keep your eyes on God and concentrate on all these things, you're going to get attacked by a lot of demonic, things, a lot of powers, you know, that a lot of satanic powers. You're gonna get attacked by all those things because they actually enjoy it when somebody is low, when somebody has anxiety, or somebody is depressed, they feed off of that, and they actually make your mind the playground, and and that is how a lot of people get possessed. And that is what has gotten a lot of people possessed. Unforgiveness, anger, all those things. That is why also the Bible is telling us to say, in the book of Psalms 51 verse 10, that create in me a clean heart and purify me so that I may worship you. That's what the Bible says. We should strive for God to create a clean heart inside of us, because when we have faults, the devil will find a way to sit in us and to make us look dirty, and to fail to be in the presence of God. We have to be pure and as holy as He is for us to be in His presence. So the devil will actually make dirt in us, put dirt on us, make us look dirty, that we can't even be in the presence of God. So all the anger is going to cause the devil and the demons to dwell in your heart, to dwell in your mind, so that you're not even worthy to be in the presence of God. So that is what we actually are supposed to do. We're supposed to keep our eyes on God, to be still and know that He's God. You know, yeah. And that's it for the words today. That's all that I had to share. It was so short, but I hope you've learned one or two things from it. Be still and know that it is God. Don't focus on your anger. Don't focus on your confusion. Don't focus on the unforgiveness. Forgive, and let God be. God, let Him do what He ought to do. Let Him do what He can do best. Just forgive. There are a lot of people that move with unforgiveness and anger issues, and anxieties, confusion, stress, depression. When you have all those things, just know that you are putting things in your head and not in God's hand. Yeah, that's it. Peace. Bye bye.